Welcome! My name is Tate, and I'll give you my take on the Amazing Digital Circus. Released in 2023, The Amazing Digital Circus is an Australian American independent animated web series created and directed by Gooseworks, produced by Glitch Productions. This indie gem has become a smash hit since its release, and I'm gonna go into why. Let's go! The episode opens up with this goober Kane who explains the digital circus, a wacky place with mind boggling adventures. However, all is not as it seems. Our main character Pomni pops into existence, distressed and confused by the situation. She mentions the headsets which caused her appearance. Given the name Pomni, she is thrust into a new adventure by Kane to capture the gloinks, as you will, and no one is enthralled by this idea. Being offered to go check on their fellow circus mate Kofmo, Ragatha and Jax take them with her. On the way to Kofmo's room, she is told of the concept of abstraction, where one reaches a breaking point and they become a black blob with a multitude of eyes, yet having no perception of reality around them. All their sense of being has been stripped from them, making them beyond recognizable. Sounds like me, like after a long day. Am I right? Anyway, they reach his door, and oh no, I think someone's been playing too many indie horror games. Me when FNAF. The newly abstracted Kofmo attacks them, on its way to wreak havoc on the rest of the circus. Jax books it, and Ragatha, having been recently immobilized by Kofmo, asks Pomni for help, with Pomni going to look for Kane. However, while looking for Kane, she sees an exit door, to which she goes right in, encountering an endless chain of office rooms strung together, increasingly losing her mind as escape does not draw any closer to an end. We cut over to the B plot, where Zubul has been stolen by the Gloinks, with Kinga and Gangle pondering how they can save her. Jax kicks them into a hole, where they fall into the lair of the Gloink Queen. After chatting for a bit, Kofmo drops from the ceiling, defeating the Queen, and they leave getting Zubul back. Pomni ends up in the void at the end of the doors. Kane brings her back, putting Kofmo into a cellar with other abstracted circus members. The camera slowly zooms in on Pomni's face as the insanity of the situation dawns on her. Then it zooms out as she slowly realizes that she's stuck in a digital purgatory with seemingly nowhere out as for now. Now on to the real bread and butter, episode 2, where it only gets more chaotic from here. Sure, episode 1 was just introductory to give us a view into the characters and to kind of settle in with Pomni. Episode 2 just becomes so unhinged, like, hello, and I'm so for it. Let's go. Episode 2 opens with Pomni having a nightmare as Kane, Ragatha, and Jax watch her abstract, showing how anxious she feels about her situation. Ragatha startles her out of her sleep to comfort her, but to no avail, encouraging Pomni to participate in the newest adventure. I know what you are. Basically, in Candy Carrier Chaos, the Gummy Goo bandits have stolen the maple syrup reserves of the Candy citizens, and it's the job of the crew to get it back. Where we are treated to this lovely joke.
Sounds sticky.
Very sticky indeed.
Sounds
Bubble, you can't say that.
Like what? And you thought I was joking about the unhinged nature of this episode, and it only gets better. The crew meets Princess Bubblegum. I mean Princess Lulilalu, and she tasks them to chase after the gummy bandits to get back their maple syrup. Jax immediately wants to commit violence, and Gangle is stationed as their driver, and off they go. Cutting to the gummy bandits, they mention how the maple syrup will save hundreds of their people, and they go on to mention their mums, giving a personal connection to the viewer. A high-speed chase begins with Jax yeeting Pomni out of the truck, which, unfortunately for him, she lets go. The gummy bandits go off-road to deter the circus crew, with Jax saying stuff like,
Adam,
I don't think we...
aren't you supposed to be submissive and agreeable? Move it! Oh, no more ramming? Yes. Do it, or I'll tell Ragatha about the figurine thing.
The circus crew's truck ends up in a chocolate river, while Pomni and Gummy Goo's truck is no-clipped into the back rooms. Focusing on Gummy Goo, we see him all alone, looking for help, while he eventually stumbles upon posing rigs of himself and his maids, forcing him to come to terms with the horrific realization that he isn't real. Pomni drops in, getting questioned by Gamigu. She reveals he is an NPC, where he drops this heart wrenching line.
Where's Mum?
You have a mom?
Shouldn't she be here with everyone else? I can't even remember her face.
Pomni empathizes with Gamigu, relating her experiences of nihilism in this digital world to his experience of existential dread. She insists that if he's not real, then his experiences and feelings validate his existence. Gamigu, still feeling hopeless, doesn't believe her, but she insists on giving him a new purpose at the circus, since they're going through very similar experiences, and they might as well help each other out. Even going so far as to call him a friend. He accepts his fate and joins her. We cut to the B plot, where the gang in the chocolate river meet a fudge monster who wants to eat the candy citizens. Jax bargains with him to help them out. Skip to a while later, Kinga and Ragatha are having a heart-to-heart as they return to the Candy Kingdom, about how Pomni will eventually come around due to how crazy the situation is. Pomni and Gamigu appear, informing the crew that Gamigu will be joining them. Jax also commits war crimes and genocide. Yay! Kane welcomes them back, to where he insists that NPCs and humans can't mix, immediately killing Gamigu in a storm of confetti and further traumatizing Pomni. Yay! The gang hosts a funeral for Kaufmo, in a touching montage where they speak words of kindness about the former circus mate, and Pomni realizes she has people to rely on in this wacky world. Now onto a quick character breakdown. Pomni. Our main character who acts as a lens into this digital world, she is shown to be anxious and overwhelmed with the experience. She's funny in her own right as she plays the straight man to the rest of the wacky cast. In episode 2, she starts by being more apathetic to the situation, however is shown to be empathetic towards Gamigu, but is just struggling to relate to the rest of the cast. Kane. A wacky AI in charge of making the adventures of the crew. He is mainly shown to be well-meaning but lackluster, as he doesn't understand human emotions, but doesn't wish to harm the humans, as he wishes to keep them sane and stores the abstracted ones. Basically, he's just executing his programming. Ragatha. Kind and motherly, she provides a caring and supportive role to the other members of the group, especially Pomni, who is the most overwhelmed. While she's not perfect, she tries her best to stay positive and keep the gang on track. Jax. Jax is the resident jerk of the circus, often doing things for his own amusement at the expense of others. He's especially in contention with Ragatha, who is the exact opposite. For those out of the loop, this man has caused just a lot of chaos in the fandom. In episode 1, Jax was seen as a lovable, Tumblr sexy man who was only doing mean things, such as breaking Gangle's mask, kicking Gangle and Kenga, terrorizing Ragatha with centipedes in her room, etc., because he had a dark past. And OMG, he actually cares for them. He just doesn't know how to express it. He's actually saving them from abstracting because they're not focusing on their digital doom. Until episode 2 dropped and he continued to be a jerk, plain and simple. Once people's rose-tinted Delulu lenses were forcibly eaten off their faces by Gooseworks, people did not take it well. In my opinion, I actually found Jax more enjoyable in episode 2 because his actions and character were way more exaggerated and wacky in a fun way as compared to episode 1. Also, a mini side tangent here, I'm going to make a bold claim, but I have a feeling most of the people in this fandom were either a part of or familiar with this dude right here. Doesn't make sense to me, but okay. Anyway, he's great, and I think we can kind of tell who's my favorite character. But I mean, hey, one man's slightly psychopathic rabbit man is another man's Pookie. Gangle. A play on the theatre masks, she is emotionally reliant on these masks, often depicted with the crying one, as people keep on breaking the happy one. Not much is known about her, but yeah, she's basically the depressed one of the group. Kinger, the oldest of the circus, having been there the longest, he is mentally unstable and hanging on by a thread. Erratic and is most likely to be the next person to abstract. However, he is shown to have a few moments of clarity, where he is shown to be wise and compassionate to others. Zubul. She is the hashtag so done with this nonsense member, who has appeared the least so far, as she is the least willing to go on adventures. She does care for the other members, as evidenced by her appearance at Kaufmo's funeral. Not much is known about her. This could mean she could be the focus of future episodes. Animation. The animation is bright, colorful, and expressive, with clear passion going into each and every section. One thing I often say is that animators are actors because they're able to capture the depth of emotion through their medium and make us care for these representations of ideas, these characters. While I won't go on a whole spiel about the animation, I highly recommend watching Kevin Temerstoon's shorts, as he is one of the main animators on the shows and he shows lots of behind the scenes footage. In conclusion, The Amazing Digital Circus is a fantastically produced show, which has clear and concise writing, which makes audiences instantly connect with its characters and ideas. This is further illustrated by the fan-wide acceptance of Gamigu, who became a fan favorite overnight. It touches on themes of existential dread and belonging in a cute and preppy setting with just the right amount of unease to it. While humor is subjective, I believe quite a lot of people will find it humorous, especially with its low, random internet humor and gaming jokes, which many young adults and children are familiar with. Gooseworks has said multiple times that the show is not for children, so it's interesting to think which direction the show will head in. But considering how episode 2 blew episode 1 out of the water, I'm confident it'll be great. Anyway, go watch The Amazing Digital Circus. Both of the episodes are free on YouTube, and it's great. I'm telling you, go now. Hello? You want me to go check out the Happy Hotel? Yeah, sure. I'll go there. Ah! Oh no. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I know it wasn't the best, it was my first one, but hey, I'll get better. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in about 2 weeks. Bye.